Hi kids, welcome to story time. Today's story is CJ and the Scary Monsters. CC and CJ are two energetic kids that love to have fun. CC is 8, and CJ has just turned 5 years old. The lesson that mom and dad try to teach them each day is that good things happen to kids who obey their parents, and bad things can happen when they disobey. Now, because CC and CJ are two adventurous kids who love to have fun, they sometimes disobey mom and dad and do the things that mom and dad said not to do. Mom and dad always tell CC and CJ to never watch anything that is scary on the tablet. One day, when CJ was watching one of his favorite cartoons, he glanced to the side of it and saw a video that looked really scary. He became very curious and began to tell himself that a little cartoon could not scare him because he is a brave boy. He remembered mom and dad telling him never to click on anything on the tablet that was scary. But then he thought about it and said, I will just watch this one, and mom and dad will never know that I watched it. So, he began to watch it, and it was really scary. Every now and again, CJ would hide his face because of the monsters in the cartoon. The next day, he took up the tablet and saw the scary cartoon again, and he watched it again. He hid his face every time he got really scared. If mom or dad came into the room, he would quickly change the scary cartoon to one that mom and dad would like. Until one day, at bedtime, when mom turned off the light and said goodnight to the children, she could hear screaming from CJ after 15 minutes of putting him to bed. Mom and dad ran into the room and said, "What's the problem, son?" CJ said, "I am seeing scary monsters in the dark. They are coming to get me." Mom and dad said, "But CJ, you never saw scary monsters before, how is it that you are seeing them now?" CJ began to cry, and said, "I am seeing the monsters from the video that I watched today and yesterday." "But CJ, didn't we tell you never to watch scary cartoons on the tablet when we are not looking?" CJ said, "Yes mom and dad, I am sorry. I will never do it again." After that day, CJ obeyed his parents and never watched anything scary again. When mom and dad tucked him into bed in the nights and turned off the lights, he no longer saw the scary monsters. He was able to get a good night's sleep because the scary monsters no longer visited him. CJ learned a very important lesson that day, that children should always obey their parents. Have a great night's sleep when it's bedtime, and remember to obey your parents. Remember to share this video and to subscribe to this channel to get future videos.